my dance make it hurt.
Okay, so this exercise starts off with a nice simple gymnastic and then moves on to a little track that doesn't have anything super complicated other than a few tight turns and 2 related distances. It's great for novice or intermediate riders and horses. It's also good if you're bringing a more experienced horse back into work. It's not a complete walk in the park, but it's also not going to fry your brain either. It's loads of fun and has enough in it for the horse and the rider.
My dance make it hurt.
Alright, so here's the setup. Now there are a few jumps, so try get a friend to help, unless you're training for an Ironman or something. So let's start off with the gymnastic down the bottom long side of your arena. So it's a bounce, 1 stride to a vertical, 1 stride to an oxer, followed by 2 strides to another oxer. Here's the measurements. So it's 3 paces between the bounce. I just use cavalettes here. Then it's 7 paces to the vertical, followed by another 7 paces to the first oxer, and ending off with 11 paces to the last oxer. Next we can do the line up the top long side of your arena. It's a vertical to an oxer and it rides down on 6 strides, so it walks the standard 28 paces for the 6 strides. Then you set up this vertical at an angle like this, so you can get a related distance on a curve to the vertical in the line you just set up. This related distance also rides down on 6 strides, and it also walks 28 paces for the 6 strides. And the last 2 jumps are this oxer and vertical set up in a V shape like this. You need to take into account that you'll be able to get this ride from the vertical to the oxer. And finally, you squeeze these 2 cavalettes in next to the gymnastic. They are related, so the distance between them is 26 paces for 6 strides. And that's it, you're all set up and ready to go. Don't forget, there's a link to a JPEG of the course plan in the description below, so it makes it much easier for you to build off your phone.
My dance make it hurt.
Okay, so I always include cavalettes in my warm-up routine. They're brilliant for getting your eye in and will help get your horse on the same page as you in terms of adjustability and responsiveness. This is a simple related distance between the cavalettes that ride down on 6 strides. So you start off by doing it on both reins on the 6 strides, and once you're doing that well, you practice a little collection and add a stride and go down on 7. Once you're doing this well, your horse will be nice and responsive and you'll be ready to have a jump.
My dance make it hurt.
Right, so in this part of the exercise we practice a little collection again. This related distance should ride down on 6 strides. What you want to do though is make the jumps nice and small and go down on 7 strides. It's not as simple as you may think. You really need to sit up early and get all the compression done super early so that you're not doing too much work in front of the fence. And you do this going both ways. Then once you're comfortable doing this, you can put the jumps up to your normal jumping height and go down the line on the standard 6 strides. If you find it took quite a while to get this right, put off jumping the full exercise to another day. You don't really want to be over jumping your horse. So you can do this part of the exercise on one day and the full exercise on another day.
My dance make it hurt.
And now it's time to jump the whole exercise. Remember to keep it really nice and small if you're a novice rider or if you're on a green horse. It does ride really well though, so you should have loads of fun with this one.
My dance make it hurt.
Okay, so as previously mentioned, this exercise isn't super technical, but there are two spots you need to be aware of. Firstly, the gymnastic was built relatively short and will get progressively shorter as you go through. Now this shouldn't really be a problem if it's small, but if you're going to go big with this, the last distance will ride short. And then the turn to 6. It comes up quite quickly and it's easy to overshoot the turn, which will cause you to jump the jump at a slight angle, which will put you on a wider line for the related distance and make the related distance ride long. So make sure you're aware of this and make sure you get straight to this jump. Awesome, you made it to the end. So you're the type of person that will really enjoy this channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and I'll keep the videos coming.